people worldwide. Um, Thank you again for letting me be part of this.
Thank you so much. Now, let me pick on what you just said. You said living in America and maintaining a cultural tradition from back home. How do we maintain that cultural tradition from back home while living in America? What's your proponent on that?
Let me start from how this program started. We started this program 24 years ago. It was an idea that came to me by accident, actually. One of my very good friend, who is a Nigerian, came out from their cultural association meeting, and they have had so many deaths. And he called me. Then I just started doing life insurance. I just became a rookie, actually, doing life insurance. And he called me and he said, Sam, could you look for a plan for a group life insurance for our cultural associations? Because we are tired of contributing money. And then I was working with now my partner, Bob Chopik. He was my mentor then. I just started a life insurance, and I looked at him. I said, "Is there any plan in the market for cultural associations?" And he said, "Nope." Then he said to me, "Sam, you just started life insurance. Group life insurance doesn't pay. So concentrate on individual life insurance and whole life." And but this idea struck me. I went to the internet and I tried to find out how many immigrants have migrated to United States. What do we do as Cameroonians when somebody dies? It becomes the responsibility of the community, not the responsibility of family members. You hear a Cameroonian died, you won't hear Sam Daly, or I'm just using that. You see, a Cameroonian died in Minnesota, and then the Cameroonians there will rally around to make sure that that person is given a befitted burial. Then I went back to my friend, partner Bob. I said, this could be an insurable interest. Can we look more into this idea? My dear sister, I was dismissed, and I kept pressuring him for one full year. Then he got fed up with me and took me to his friend, high school friend, who has one of the biggest insurance agency in Minnesota called Leclerc Corporation, which is now the principal administrator of this plan, Benefica. And he said, let's go and talk to him if you think this idea is a good one. So went and had a conversation, had a meeting. And the guy looked at his friend and said, Bob, this is a fantastic idea. I told them what happens when somebody dies in our community. We do fundraising, and sometimes it takes 6 weeks, it takes 2 months, and it takes a long time because most Africans who have migrated here still prefer to be buried in Africa. And sometimes it becomes a financial burden to the community to raise that money. Then he then took us to an insurance company in Minnesota called Security Life for us to present this idea. And that's how all this started. Security Life structured a plan, which is called Cultural Group Life Insurance Plan. But the risk was too much for them. After a few years, they said they couldn't do it anymore. Then we shifted the idea to Portland Insurance, who also did it for 2 years, and they stopped it. Unfortunately for us, Leclerc Corporation had a business connection with Hartford Insurance. And we had to present this idea to Hartford. Hartford looked at it and was so excited about the plan. Then Hartford took over the underwriting of this plan. Then Leclerc, Bob, and myself became partners to this insurance plan. After a while, the Affordable Care, or what you call Obamacare, came around. And the definition of group life insurance changed. Most states will not accept cultural association, non-profit associations as viable entities for group life insurance. So we had to file. We had to first of all establish a trust and file to all the states to have this plan accepted. Fortunately, we have 46 states that have accepted this plan. The one major state that has totally refused us to do this is New York. For those who know New York is a tough state to bring in. And that's how we've been, we're so encouraged with the acceptance from Hartford, and they are encouraging us to expand this market, and we meet weekly to discuss on how we can expand on this plan.
So how does it work? Because like you said in the beginning, the individual insurance, if I am insured, I know it's me, I'm paying my premium for me. And now when you insure a group, how does that work?
Well, first of all, the group has to be at least 15.
Okay.
And secondly,
15 members.
15 members. And secondly, they have to be a non-profit incorporated with the state or federal for at least 2 years.
Okay.
Okay. It is a guaranteed coverage for all the members who are going to enroll initially. And if you leave the plan, you want to be reinstated, that's when you have to fill out a health questionnaire. And the acceptance back to the plan is not guaranteed. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. So 15 people come together. They say we want a group life insurance. What do you need from them? Just their names, date of birth, and all that stuff?
We'll need their names, their date of birth, and their gender. We'll have a contact person within the group. We know that these organizations are voluntary organizations, and they don't have offices, and those who manage the organizations have their own stuff that they do. So we would then need somebody in the organization called a contact person who is going to be managing this program. That person becomes like the human resources in a corporation. That person then will send us a list of their insured members who are interested to get this done, their names, their date of birth, and gender. They will send them a quote. We have 4 different types of coverages. Okay. We have a 10,000, a 15,000, a 20,000, and 25. We came up with that initially with the thought that the funeral cost and everything to transport the body back home is about that rate. Yeah. And a group, when we receive the list of the active members, we submit a code for 10,000, 15, 20, and 25. And we have 2 types of child riders. We have a 5,000 and a 7,500. Okay. For a child rider, the quote is already fixed. For 40 cents, for 5,000, is 40 cents per household. So if you have 10 kids, it's 40 cents. You have 1 kid, it's 40 cents. Except the state of Texas, where the 5,000 is 48 cents, because with the state of Texas, a child is considered from birth up to 25 years old. But every other state is for 14 days old or 21 or 23 years old if they are still in college. Then we have a 7,500 and it's 60 cents per household. It's also, if you have 5 kids, it's 60 cents. And you have 1 kid, it's 60 cents. It's a wonderful plan. With the state of Texas, it's 78 cents. The same applies. If a group starts the enrollment, the first year, the claim is 50%. And the second year is a full coverage.
The full payout. So 50% of what the benefit is.
Yeah, there you go, of what the benefit is.
Okay.
I'm up to age 65.
Okay.
We designed this program in such a way that there's at least some minimum benefit to all the members up to whatever your age is. But a typical group life insurance is understood that those who retire at 65 are not part of the corporation or pool, so they are not part of the group life insurance. But with Hartford, we've designed this program that at age 65, you get a 50% coverage, and your premium is also reduced to 50%.
Okay.
And at age 70 and above, your coverage is 10%, and your premium is also 10%. At least.
Now, is this for the individuals who are within that age group in the group?
That's correct.
Okay, so you bring out, you calculate the premium based on the age groups of people in the group. So if a group has 15 people, another group has 15 people, the premium might be different based on the age differences in the groups.
Oh, my dear, you talk like an agent.
I'm listening to a good one. Tell me this information.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Okay.
Insurance is based on age. You know, insurance is the only commodity that has a little bit of age discrimination and sex. If you have twins and you have a male or female, the male pays more than the female. And that's how life insurance is. And if you have a group that is dominated with all males, you
definitely pay more.
You'll pay more.
Is that because the men are considered to be more, risky in the things they do in life?
Yes,
they take more risks.
They take more risks and they think we die. I don't personally believe in that, because nowadays, it happens to but that's what has been structured.
Yeah.
And if you have a group that has younger people and a lot of women, the rates will be much lower.
That is excellent. Now, about the underwriters, the children, talk to us a little bit more about that. So if I am a member of a group of 15 and I have 3 children, they become automatically child riders.
Yes.
And they can also be part of that insurance coverage.
Well, the child rider provision of it is optional based on the individual member who is getting insured.
I want to add them or not.
If you want to add them or not. If you want to add them, and you have 3 kids, the rate is the same, like somebody who has 1. So if most groups, when they take a 20,000, they will take a 7,500, and the rate is 60 cents. It's unbelievable. 60 cents.
It is really unbelievable.
60 cents and covers all your children for 60 cents.
It's really unbelievable. So what happens when these children become adults, if they stay in the same group with their parents?
Oh, we advise them to be members of the association and help to reduce the premium. And see, you brought a topic that I encourage a lot of, like a state of Texas, where a child rider is considered from birth up to 25. And I tell them, I said, most of these children at 21, they are all done with college.
Yeah.
And they're members of the association. Bring them in as adult members of the association. That, first of all, is going to help to bring down your rate, and they're going to get full coverage. So most groups, some groups even have their 18 and 19 years children as members of the association to help to bring down the rate.
Okay. So wait, doesn't that defy the child rider aspect of it? If somebody is 19 and they are a member of a group, are they now in the policy as a child or as an adult, as a member of the group?
As an adult.
Okay. Oh, because they're over 18. That makes sense.
Over 18, yes.
Okay. Oh wow. This is just great. So how does the premium get paid? So you have one person who is a contact person. If there is a delay in payment or there's a missed payment, is that the person that you go to?
That's the person that will go to.
Okay.
And the premium, the members who are insured pay their premium to the group. The
Mhm.
contact person collects that payment.
And bring
And
it
then
to you.
we expect one check from the group account, a money order, or now we've established a direct deposit from the group. And we had, because of the management of this program, and it's what we realized when we started this a long time ago, was that the contact person didn't have time to manage the program. So we encourage groups to make 6 months or 1 year premium. So it will give them enough time to collect the premium. Yes.
Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Well, thank you for sharing me the contact with your website, the culturalgroupbenefits.com. If anybody would like to know more about cultural group benefits, please go to culturalgroupbenefits.com. On that website, I did see one of the frequently asked questions: can a member who belongs to multiple cultural associations have insurance coverage through you with the different associations? So if I belong to 2 different groups, am I okay to be under your coverage with 2 different groups?
I hope that was possible, but it is not. And I will tell you why. Since Hartford is the only company for right now that does this line of business, and anyone can be a member of a cultural group, even if you are not insurable. So it becomes a risk to the company. We call it adverse effect. Somebody who knows that their health situation is not the best, might decide to be a member of multiple group and have this insurance. So we decided that you can only be insured with one group.
Okay. And if I say, okay, I don't want to be insured with a group, can I then decline that group and then come as an individual and ask for my own insurance coverage?
Oh, yes. Yes. We do individual life too, but mostly what we do is group life insurance.
Okay. Now, I mean, when I look at life insurance, I look at it from an individual perspective. It's easier to understand that way. What you have here is very unique, and very laudable again, because people just get under that umbrella and they're covered. Now, how does a group get covered under a term life insurance? Because we all have different ages, different dates we're going to, of course, die. So how do you get everyone covered under a term life insurance?
Well, the structure of this plan is almost the same like what you have at work, what you have a group life insurance at work. We use that model to design this cultural group plan specifically for cultural associations. It's never been done before. That non-profit cultural associations have a group life insurance. The difference is that I still encourage individual members to look for additional insurance. The 25,000 is not enough.
Yeah, you can have multiple if you want. Multiple
insurance. I see the main concept of this insurance is to provide a relief to the cultural community that you belong to. Yeah. Let me tell you, with our community, there's pride. Nobody would tell you that the $1 million insurance was canceled because they couldn't afford it. You understand what I mean? But once you belong to a cultural group and something happens to you, as I said earlier, it becomes the responsibility of the group. So if you are a member of that group and you are insured and they have a plan, a benefit plan, even if it's a 10,000, I keep telling you don't have to have a 25,000. The rate might be too high, but even if you have a $10,000 coverage, at least it's a start. If it's not enough to take care of the funeral expense, then you can do fundraising for the balance. At least you have a minimum start of a 10,000.
That's right.
I had a friend who was such a serious advocate for this group life insurance. He was a president. He became sick years ago. And the financial strain on him was too heavy. He canceled most of his insurance because he wanted to use the money for himself. And when he died, no coverage. The group insurance was the only thing that helped for his burial. The extra insurance coverage plan that he had, he terminated them because he had to use the money. But this group life insurance, the amount was so minimal that he had to keep that. And that is what helped to pay for his burial expense.
Mm-hmm.
When I go around, we started this, I used to travel a lot, and I've given presentations to a lot, to most Nigerians. I even did a presentation to World Igbo Congress about this plan. Our community, we are like family. There's no doubt about it, especially Africans that have migrated here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We are like a family. And when something happens to us, that community is so committed to make sure that everything about your burial is done properly.
Mm-hmm.
And please, what we are asking members, help us. The community is asking you to help them. That if anything happens, they are not in a financial strain to bury you. This is a minimum coverage, and there's a product like Cultural Group Benefit Program, which is not expensive and is guaranteed, that can help alleviate the financial strain of the community.
Mm-hmm. How does the benefit get paid? So it's a group, right? I keep thinking about an individual insurance where you have a beneficiary. In case of your demise, that one beneficiary or multiple get the death benefit. So in the case of cultural group, how does the benefit get paid out?
The insured members have to fill out a beneficiary, have to select somebody to be their beneficiary. The group cannot be the beneficiary, just like the corporation or the person you work for cannot be the beneficiary of your individual life or the group life. So when something happens to you, we send a form to the contact person, who then sends it to the beneficiary, who will fill that form and then send us that form back to us with the death certificate. And if that claim took place in the United States, the claim should be paid within 10 days to 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It is also paid when you travel out of the United States. So if you go out of the United States and like on vacation for even 6 months, and anything happens to you, that claim is going to be paid.
That's marvelous. Now, is it only the term life insurance that is provided to the groups, or you also have like whole life insurance?
No, we don't have. We only have a group life insurance, and most groups are non-profit. And if we start establishing a whole life product, then the group might be considered a profitable organization, and that can also be taxed.
Yeah. I know that sometimes, so this seems to give a lot of responsibility on the organizations, which is great, because then we are a whole, somebody doesn't have to default in that payment, because when one person defaults, the group suffers. So I like the idea of having them make the payment months in advance, 6, 3, 4 months, so that they can always come back together, regroup themselves and put the premium together and pay out. Have you had any situation where a group hasn't paid and has been canceled? And how does that happen?
Yes, we did. During COVID, we lost a lot, and we also paid a lot of claims. Because since our coverage is guaranteed coverage, we're paying claims to members who were not insurable, but they were part of the Cultural Association plan, and the claims were paid. When a group informs us that members are not paying their premium, that's when the plan is terminated. We can terminate anybody within the group who is insured anytime during the year. who is not paying their premium. We can only add a new member to the plan at the anniversary of the policy. Let's say we get a group that intends to start in January 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that group can only add any new member to the plan 2026 January. But that group also can inform us of anyone who is delinquent to be dropped out of the plan anytime within the year.
Okay.
Let me mention something. Sometimes we get questions, why do I want to, what's the difference between having an insurance and work and insurance, this group life insurance? As I said, our community is, we are considered family members.
Mm-hmm.
With what you have at work, if you're terminated,
you lose it.
You lose it.
Mm-hmm.
But we've had experiences with cultural groups since it's a family that cater for the unfortunate. Why do I say that? There are some members who cannot pay their premium for 2 months or 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
The group tries to hold and cover. You will never find that in a corporation that you work for. So that's, I keep telling this is a group and a unique design because of the structure of our community.
Mm-hmm.
We've expanded to churches.
Mm-hmm.
We also do non-profit churches. We have quite a good African churches in Shoreditch, Ghanaian, Nigerians, and there's one Seraphim and Jarafi. Have you heard of that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have quite a good number of churches in Shoreditch with us.
Okay. So is there any, when a member defaults, yes, they can let you know so you can take them out of the insurance policy of the group. Are there any surrender benefits that an individual gets or the group gets in case of no?
No. With the term insurance, there is none. That you'll find that with a whole life product.
Okay. Okay. So my mind keeps going back to this term insurance. So what is the year? What is the number of years
the good thing with this group life insurance, as long as the group pays the premium,
is in existence?
Yes. If the group stop paying the premium, that's when they will be considered to be terminated.
So it doesn't matter, because I know that correct me if I'm wrong, for term life insurance, you're covered for like 30 years, 40 years, a number of years. Yes. So if the group exists beyond this number of years, they're still okay. You're still covered.
They're still covered, as long as they continue paying the premium.
This is marvelous. It's like a term insurance without a term. You just keep going.
Just keep going.
This is the aha moment for me. I really love it. People should really get involved in this. It is wonderful. So what about premium changes? When you start the group at a certain amount of premium, does that change because maybe circumstances?
I'm happy you brought that. That has been a sticking point with us. This cultural group life insurance, as I said, is a unique product. With a typical group life insurance at work, that's what you have, what they call open enrollment. They review the program every year and make sure that they have corporations and insurance companies work together. With this cultural group life insurance, the program is reviewed every 3 years.
Okay.
And if younger people in the group left the program, and there are more older people, the SCR rate will change. We encourage members to bring in younger people always to maintain a reasonable rate.
And your rate would change. If there are older people, it will increase.
It will increase.
Younger people, it would, be a lot more cheaper because of that. And at that time, do you ask for any medical information? No. Never do.
Never do. Once you are enrolled, their coverage is guaranteed. And any new member who joins the plan also gets that. Unless you drop out of the plan and you want to be reinstated, that's when your health situation is being questioned.
So would you advise that when parents are in this group insurance, they can have their children as a child rider and then they transition from being the child riders to becoming members of the group, they get the bigger package of the benefits?
Yes, yes, yes. I will encourage that members transition their children who are adults. And as I said before, a lot of groups are doing that. They are including their younger adults as members of the association in order to help to bring down the premium.
Right. Wow, Uncle Dele, I'm learning a lot here today about about group life insurance. I don't know what else to ask you. I feel like I've exhausted my question, but what else do you want to add?
We also have a medical plan.
Okay.
That any member who is a cultural association insured is traveling. You know, sometimes we travel a lot, and when you travel to places like France and any other, they want to make sure that you have health insurance. We also provide that for all our insured members.
Travel insurance.
Yeah, no, medical travel insurance.
Medical travel insurance, okay.
We also provide that too. And we also have all our insured members, if they are looking for a discount for auto and home, we also provide that. And we are trying to bring some other products to help the cultural community.
Mm. Okay.
It's a very simple program. Very simple.
It is. Talking to you now, it is very simple and very, very much needed in our community, because the one thing that's going to happen to everybody is death. We're going to die.
Amen.
You know, so you have to insure your lives, especially if you have people you're going to leave behind. And even people who don't have anybody. I just have a colleague who lost her sister-in-law. The sister-in-law was not married, had no children, and everything was left to her and her husband and her children. And talking to her, she said, my kids are guaranteed the first 2 years of college because my sister-in-law had this life insurance, and we're going to pay off our house. And they just decide to build their driveway. And I'm like, this is money that you didn't see coming. But again, because we're all going to die, it's better to die and leave something for somebody, you know, so that, especially if you have younger ones, children, so that the pain of them losing you is not going to be made worse by the pain of them not knowing how to give you a burial.
Yes. Oh, you said it. I told you I recommend you to become an insurance agent. Let's be for real, especially our community. As I said, I got involved with this because I know the strain that death does to our community. We are different. We, the Africans who have migrated to the United States, always, even if you've been here for more than 30 years or how long you've been here, you still prefer to be buried in Africa.
Yeah.
Things are changing. We have children who are born here, and now we have quite a good number of Africans preferring to be buried here, but still, majority of them still want to go back to the motherland, and we want to honor that. But how do we do that as a family, as a community family? When those provisions are not there, the financial provisions are not there. This is a product that is designed. There's no other You'll find some products out there which will address this issue. But I'll tell you with all sincerity that they are doing an employer-employee package.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And an employer-employee package is not the same like a cultural group package. All I've told you that 46 states recognize our product and have approved what we do. It is a legal product underwritten by one of the biggest senior insurance companies in the nation, Hartford Insurance. And Hartford too back this product recognizes the fact that our community is much interested in trying to get members of their community buried in a proper way.
Yeah, that's right. This is very, very encouraging. Please go online and look at the website. It's culturalgroupbenefits.com, and contact Uncle Sam Deli if you have any questions. His contact information is right on that page as well. I want to say thank you so much for making the time to come and talk to us and talk to me, Africa. Uncle Deli, anything else that you want to add?
I want to express my gratitude for what you do. I've always been proud of you, and this is for giving me the opportunity to express and to tell our community what we do, that there's a product, guaranteed insurance. I know there are other products that Jangi products, but this is life insurance product guaranteed by Hartford. Again, thank you so much. Stay blessed. I'm so proud of your son. Oh my goodness. That little guy cracks me all the time, especially when you guys.
Did you see that we did hippopotamus that you talked about the other day?
Yes,
And we did a video on
yes. my kids couldn't, Yeah, so when I having jokes with you, it just reminds me of my kids. Yeah. Thank you.
He was correcting my pronunciation. I'm like, I'm going to start recording this so that the world can know that, there's a difference, but it doesn't mean that I'm wrong, even though I'm saying it differently. But thank you for inputting that. I gave you an assignment to bring an African proverb. Did you do that?
African proverb. Oh my God. No, I'm sorry, I didn't.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right. I always like to hear people.
Next time.
No problem. Okundeli, thank you so much and have a wonderful weekend.
You too now.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Let me say Naromi Rai in Bakri. Thank you very much.
Naromi. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good one.
You too.
Yeah.